Good morning, everybody. Hopefully everything's okay with you. It's 6:03 on, come on, there we go. 6:03 on Monday, July 17th. Couldn't sleep this morning. I thought I was gonna be sleeping till 7 because I've been waking up pretty early, even though I was in Jacksonville. Let me tell you a little bit about my trip. But before I do that, I gotta go check up on my car. Drove this thing for like almost 4 hours straight, and it all fogged up again. And I hate when that happens. Look at all this moisture on the car. If you have any suggestions on how this not to happen, look at all this water, all this moisture. There's other cars out here that have that same issue. I mean, I don't think of it as much of a problem because you can solve it very easily with wipes and microfiber towels before you start driving, so you can actually see what's going on there. But anyway, back to my trip. I was actually out in Jacksonville to visit someone from out here, Chicago. So this is Kedzie right here. Devon is up there somewhere. You can't really see it very well. So that's where I live. I live in one of the buildings back here. And so yeah, it took me about less than 4 hours. I was up at 4:44 on Saturday. Couldn't sleep, as usual, because I think sunrise is at 4:50, I think. I don't know. All I remember from Saturday is that there was actually light outside. It was getting to a point where it's kind of dusky, and I heard a bunch of birds just frolicking in the trees. There's a lot of vegetation out here by where I live, and I could still smell the river that's really polluted. I need to definitely find a better place to live. And I'm not surprised why Joe, my roommate, kind of gets sick sometimes. But anyway, back to my trip to Jacksonville. It was actually a lot of fun, driving through middle of nowhere cornfields. I found this gas station called Freedom, which was pretty cool. I found it pretty hilarious. I took some pictures and I uploaded them on Google Maps. I can show you links in the description. I also recorded the trip, so I can probably upload it to Torque Pro's database. I have to figure out how to do that yet because I haven't really messed around with it much. All I know how to send an email to someone. I can send you there's 3 different ways to send out the trip file from Torque Pro that I'm using to track my trips, especially when I get on the highway. I can send you a Google Earth file. I think it's KML lines. I can send you lines, or another one is Google Earth points. So what it does is it dots a bunch of points as to where you were on the map, and you could see that way where I was. Or I can send you another detailed one that's called Excel comma separated values, CSV file. So all it is basically an Excel spreadsheet that you can check out, and the app itself is actually very, very nice, because what it does is it shows me everything that I don't see on the computer, or I don't see on the dash as I'm driving. So it's basically extracting a lot of information from the onboard computer, and then it sends it out to the phone, like right here on the phone. And the app is called Torque Pro. I can link in the description, which is what I used to track my trip to Jacksonville, and then show the person that was hosting me basically what parameters I've been recording, especially speed. That's a very important one. So yeah, the trip was a lot of fun. I was going to go check out a range. It's called Sportsman's Club. on Sunday, but it was closed, you know. Figured Sunday fun day, but it didn't really work. I'm on Granville and Kedzie. Look at that. See if I can zoom in on that. There's Kedzie, there's Granville right there. I figured I'm gonna avoid this walking path today because the river smells really bad today. I don't know what the hell's up with the river and that whole thing that I walked on the other day. I'm just gonna take a different path today. Show you a little bit of other parts of the neighborhood. Yeah, so the trip was awesome. I highly recommend coming to Illinois if you're from out of state, if you're from California, New York, anywhere if you enjoy nature. Clearly this city has a lot of trees and a lot of nature. We have grass everywhere, typical Midwestern environment, if you will. There's airplanes flying over O'Hare's, you know, the city's very easily accessible through airplanes. There's a CTA that runs into the city. You can get Uber, you can get Lyft from the airport if you don't want to be if you don't want your trip to take hours, you can just and then there's also helicopter service. I'm pretty sure there's a helicopter service between O'Hare and downtown for like corporate executives, but if you're willing to pay, I think $100 or more, I think it starts at $100. They could probably take you pretty fast over the traffic, over all the craziness of, you know, these streets that are kind of messed up. Look at these potholes right here. But anyway, the topic of my vlog was supposed to be my trip to Jacksonville. So what else did I do in Jacksonville? I got there on Saturday morning, probably around 10 a.m. Just a little bit before 10, I think, and went to a farmer's market. Didn't have cash on me, you know, they're kind of old school there, and things run a little bit slower back there. So didn't have cash on me. Ran into this lady who has a bunch of properties, who was trying to sell peaches. You know, she's kind of an entrepreneur, I would say. She likes to be active and you know, be around and go outside and, you know, be with people. Very, very nice. Ooh, house for sale. Okay, awesome. I can check that out later. She likes to be around people and she likes to have fun, I'm sure. So, you know, couldn't really buy those peaches. They were reasonably priced, I would say. All organic, all awesome food. We ended up buying a peach peach fritter, I think it's called. It wasn't really a pie, it was a little bit smaller. It was really awesome. So I had that. What else? Oh, went antiquing. It was antique shopping, kind of boring, but kind of fun. Depends on what you make of it. Depends on what kind of stuff you find. So it's kind of like treasure hunting, I guess. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. So for me, a lot of old stuff that was made back in early 19th century. There's some stuff actually from early 18th century back there, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But nice car, man. What the hell is going on over here? See, I live in the area where people honk at each other and they drive like crazy, so don't expect anything else. Apollo building. I wonder, I've lived here for a couple months. Oh, it's for lease. Okay, it's empty. All right. Oh, so this is like an apartment building, but they have a dentist here. Okay. Sorry, it's gonna be a little loud with all this traffic noise. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it was. So yeah, antiquing, a lot of fun. I was gonna buy something for my parents, but I figured, nah, I don't like wasting money because I don't know if they're gonna like it or appreciate it. I'd rather give them the gift card so they can go out here or go out there by themselves and see the city for themselves. Or I should just call it small town. It's not really a city. It's not really built like a city like this. Complete auto repair. Awesome. I was gonna come to these guys here, but I ended up not working on my car for weeks again, changing plans as always, which I have to stick to. That's what I gotta work on. All right, what else did I do? Went out for a walk and went back home. We didn't really do much on Saturday night, and then Sunday we went to church. So, I mean, it was cool. I usually go to church because I was raised Catholic, and my parents would flip if they found out I didn't go. But they've learned to kind of chill out over me not going to church sometimes when life gets busy, and I end up and if I end up, I don't know, just kind of going for a walk instead of going to church, because I like nature over what's the word I'm looking for? Totally forgot. You know, when you congregation, I guess, or ritual. A lot of religions have a ritual, so I'd rather not be part of that. More of a, you know, fun-loving, kind of cheerful, helpful type of guy. And rituals don't really make much sense for me, logical sense. You know, there's really no clear explanation to some religions, and you know, that's not to say that I'm not spiritual or I don't believe in a power greater than ourselves, but that's not what this vlog is about. So I'll move on to the rest of the trip. But anyway, picked up a bulletin, and actually there was another lady, Danielle, I forgot her last name. She had an open house for 2 condos. Went to check that out, which was a lot of fun actually. 2 condos for $69,900 each. So think about the price, $69,900 for just over 1,000 square foot condo. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, very nice living and dining situation, with a kitchen and an island. Actually, they have this old school island, and it was built about 20 years ago. I wish I had pictures, but I do have the paperwork for it. If you're interested in checking that out, let me know. So yeah, check that out. Ran into that same lady that was gonna sell us some peaches, or that we were gonna buy some peaches from. Felt kind of bad because we said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, we don't have our wallet with us. We're gonna check out what else is here, and then if we decide to come back, we'll come by and buy some peaches." So, you know, having that Chicago mentality of not wasting other people's time and being fast and thorough and to the point, made me realize that we probably shouldn't have stopped by that peach stand, because we ran into that lady the next day, and it was kind of an awkward for the person that I was with to interact with them. So, you know, so that was that was kind of fun. We went back by the Sportsman Club, which was closed. Called them up, left them a voicemail. They never called back, so we decided to just show up, but it was closed. We continued driving eastbound towards the lakes. They have this, they have boating, they have camping, they have fishing, all kinds of outdoor fun. Picked up a shirt. Let me see if I can show you this. It's kind of chilly here, so show you this shirt which says Jacksonville fishing, camping, boating. It's pretty cool. It was like $15 there. Not sure where it was made, but didn't really pay attention to that. I like the design and the color. So Antonio from RMRS, I think you would like that, the design. I remember you posted a bit on t-shirts, which are always casual, as you said. So clearly for a walk this morning, just to catch some fresh air, hopefully. It's perfectly acceptable. Obviously, I'm going to be wearing something more professional, something more in the business casual end, because I'm going to training later this morning to learn more about banking. Let me set this on the side for a second, though. I'm gonna have to zip up and continue. So we're on Hood Avenue. There's Hood Avenue and what is this, Albany? Okay, so I'm gonna go towards Devon and then make my way back on Devon. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about staycation. I considered that 2 days as a staycation. Very refreshing. I loved it. Driving was amazing. My car held up on the highway very nicely. Cruise control helped me save a lot of gas. I actually have pictures of how many miles it was exactly from there back to my apartment. I literally drove non-stop. I didn't make any stops for gas or to fuel myself up because I had some food with me. So I just snacked as I was driving and listening to music and just make calls and things like that. Obviously with hands-free. I bought this little phone holder that gets attached to the vent, which was pretty awesome. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about staycations. And the reason why I'm calling it staycation is because I didn't really leave state. So I stayed in Illinois for my weekend. I did get out of the city, which was kind of nice and refreshing. It's a little change of pace, which was actually a lot faster. I drove pretty quickly. I won't tell you the exact speed that I that I drove to Jacksonville, but I took a very interesting route and it was a lot of fun. And people were definitely getting out of my way on the highway because, you know, I do the same thing. If I see a car coming in fast behind me, I get out of their way and let them go on their way, you know. Another interesting bit, I was followed on the highway by some black SUV yesterday, and it was kind of creeping me out. I couldn't really see the driver because they had tinted windows on the side, and I figured, wow, what does this guy have to hide? Called 911, let them know what's going on, and they asked me for the description of the vehicle and what it's doing, but they didn't seem to care much about it. Like you could tell in the tone of the voice that they're just chill and they're trying to basically be in control of the situation, which is fine. However, if they're posing threats to someone else, driving like maniacs, you know, that would be appreciated to at least check out what's going on, because I know the 294 has a lot of cameras, so they can actually, you know, just look at the cameras instead of sending a trooper or having somebody speed and potentially risk ticketing someone for just simply going fast. But this guy was going fast. He was tailgating people. It was not a fun experience. It was kind of intimidating because you have a big Escalade driving 80 on the highway, being right behind you or right on your corner. Corner meaning like in the other lane but behind you. It's kind of creepy. So yeah, it was a fun trip back. I enjoyed every minute of my weekend, and time to get back into training mode and more reading and doing exercises and hopefully learning about this new job I got. And yeah, again, let me know in the comments below what you think about staycations and just road trips in your own state. And if you want to share some stories and pictures and videos, link them in your comments so we can check them out. And yeah, if you want to come out to the city, I know it's I know you don't know me, I don't know you, but if you do want to get to know each other on a professional level, maybe collaborate on some videos and show me some of the techniques that you're using for your own videos. That would be awesome. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe this video if you liked it. If you don't like it, oh well. Check out this sunrise, pretty cool. And hope to see you in the next video. Ciao.